Hey guys, how you doing? This is Terry LaQueen Battle. I'm here from Syracuse, New York at Onondaga Community College. So guys, just wanted to say hello and shout out to all my friends and family on this winter snowy day. Today is Wednesday, January the 22nd, 2020. And it is a new year and full of opportunities and blessings and things like that. So I just want to go ahead and get down and talk with a lot of the issues. I was able to actually register for classes. Yay! So I was actually able to register for classes and also going to go ahead and progress through a lot of issues I'm currently going through. And as you guys know, that I have lost over 100 and as you know, I have lost. Hey, I have two people. Hey, people. Hey, La, how you doing? So I have lost over 125 pounds, which is really good. So God is really, really good. And shout out to all my police enforcement family, my military family and friends. My brother, LaQueen Jemiah Harris in Los Angeles, California, is currently serving the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah! And my friend Charleston Burke, who's also a Marine vet. Hoorah, go Charleston, currently serving in Texas, and also to my high school sweetheart, Craig Eddie White, who is still my high school sweetheart. And he just recently retired from the United States Air Force. My aunt Nellie Mercer, who served in the United States Army. My uncle Manzi Clay, who served in the United States Navy and the United States National Guard, and his sons, who are currently serving the United States Navy. My grandfather, Battle, who also served the United States Army. And various cousins and family and friends who currently serve in the United States military here in the past and abroad and around the world. And I also just recently found out that I do have a Confederate ancestor. There's actually a Confederate general or a Confederate master general who served in the Civil War. So there's a lot of battles, but it's actually cool to actually find a Confederate general that's named Battle. I think his name was William Battle, who served in the Civil War. So thank you so much to all my friends and family. Just please keep me in your thoughts and prayers. I'm still going through a lot of changes with housing, with men on the street, with hustlers, with pimps, and this guy named Mike Collins. So right now I'm trying to, you can change you can change your location, you can change your city, but you can't change your family. So I always want to just continue to keep my family and my son and everybody in my thoughts and prayers back home in Los Angeles, West Los Angeles, South Dallas, Houston, South Side Chicago, Equality, Illinois, Hottie Toddy Matt Martin, Alderman Anthony Bill, Mayor Lori Lightfoot in Chicago, Governor J.B. Pritzker and his wife M.K. Pritzker, and all the current people who are serving in our United States Congress, representatives, and our Senate, who are currently serving and working hard to fight for our rights and liberties and freedoms during this 2020 presidential election year. So it is a presidential election year. It is 2020. My week is weak. It is 2020. Here we go. 2020. My ink is very weak. So a shout out to Prince Harry and his wife, who I think might be she looks very, very like a bloodline to me, Meghan Markle. Shout out to them as they make their transition here to the States and to North America. Hey Laura, how you doing? So shout out to Prince Harry, Harry of Wales, and his wife Meghan Markle as they make their transition from the United Kingdom to North America and Northern Canada and here in the United States. Even though their family's still going through transition right now, just pray for the royal family in England as they prepare for a transition with Prince Philip getting older, Queen Elizabeth getting older as well, and the transition of a new leader in the royal family, as well as Brexit. Also, please pray for the United Kingdom and all of its territories and generations as it pretty much Europe, the whole continent of Europe goes through a transition with Brexit and with the government pretty much trying to figure out new leadership, new roles, new monetary policies, everything that's going on with Brexit. So please continue to pray for the royal family and leadership like Theresa May, Boris Johnson, everybody in the house of the House of Representatives in Parliament in the UK as they make the transition from Brexit to not, it's not Brexit, it's actually Brexit, but Brexit. And also with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II losing, going through the transition of her husband at the end of his life. So Prince Philip, as well as to the royal family. So thank you guys. Continue to keep me in thoughts and prayers. I'm still doing research, so I might have a bloodline to the royal family. I might be in Sussex because there's a town in Battle called Sussex. There's a town in Sussex called Battle. So I'm still doing some research on that. So as well as doing some research on Selena and some Native American heritage. I have some Dakota Indian, I have some Cherokee Indian. So I'm really doing a lot of ancestral research as well. So it's going to take me a couple of years as well. So I'm here at Onondaga Community College. I'm also at Onondaga Public Library. I'm also at the Onondaga Historical Society. I'm at the Buffalo Public Library and the DC Library of Congress. I'm always constantly doing research on my family. Everybody knows once LaQueen does her research, then everybody knows. You know, we all get together and then I'm the one that's kicked out. Everybody knows everybody, but I'm the one that has to do all the hard work. So anyway, so just guys, continue to keep me in thoughts and prayers. I do have a YouTube channel, so check it out. It is just Google my name, Google LaQueen Battle. So my hair's so nappy. So if you want to just go on the internet, go to your Google Chrome browser or your Firefox and just Google, type in LaQueen Battle, and my YouTube channel will come up on there. So you can just Google my name on your iPhone or your Android or your Samsung Galaxy. Just Google LaQueen Battle, and my YouTube channel will come up. So guys, continue to keep me in your thoughts and your prayers. This is my I've been doing these teacher series on my YouTube channel. I have a teacher series on marriage and mental illness. I have a teaching series on surviving through post 9/11 traumatic experiences. I have another series on pretty much the royal family and what they're going through, pretty much saying that even though Prince Harry is still leaving his position and he's no longer entitled to any of his authorities, he still has a right to become king, because that is his birthright. And his birthright can never be taken from him, because he can still claim his birthright, even though the mother, Queen Mother, Her Majesty, has denounced him of his powers. That is still his birthright. That is still his birthright and his identity. So anybody, once you're born into that family, you still have a right to heir to the throne. It really doesn't matter your designation, your line, your lineage of the throne. You still have a right to the throne. If one person steps down, if one person dies, if one person leaves their power, leaves their authority, leaves their position, you still have a right to claim that title. And also with that, the royal family is like a tree. So you're not just limited to one city, you're not just limited to one country. The royal family of England, as well as in Africa, as well as in Australia, as well as in Japan, as well as in South America, all over the world, they're linked together. They're linked together like this. They're linked together. So one person is not just royal over all of them. They're actually linked together. So one person has one country, another person has another country, and another person has another country. And they may all be cousins, they all might be relatives, but they're linked together. So even though you may leave this country and you may lose your position in this country, you may lose your position in this country, you can still go to, they may still need your help and your assistance in another country. So don't be despair. You know, it's not, you're still entitled to authority, because that's your right, that's your birthright. And when you were born into that family, you were born into the connections, you were born into that leadership power, you were born into that role. And that role doesn't just include land power, it includes connections, it includes authority, it includes leadership. So it's been done throughout times. We were Shakespeare, King Arthur, everything. You're not just rule over one place, you rule over all. So, I mean, if you really do research about kings and queens and princesses and Cleopatra and people all throughout, they're not just rule in one place, they rule all around the world. And so that was pretty much my last topic. My last video on YouTube was talk about you are you wherever you are. There you are. Wherever you are, there you are. So I've been told that a lot by Bishop T.D. Jakes as well. Growing up, his sermons is you are, there you are, wherever you are, there you are. So you can't change where you are just because you move from place to place. You are you wherever you are. So guys, please continue to keep me in your thoughts and your prayers. Now I'm just gonna go over something that I've been going through. I am continuing to can, so I'm recycling. So this is pretty much how I'm making in New York is recycling. So recycling actually is a business, but I still am looking for a job as well. So pretty much I have some right here. Oh, can you see me, guys? All right. So I'm take off my shoes. Over the last couple weeks, I've made a lot of choices. I made a lot of choices for my own personal safety, as well as my own mental health and well-being. And so pretty much, I have to take a lot of people's crap. I have to deal with a lot of people's issues. Everybody knows I'm a very, very clean person. I'm not OCD, ACD, but I'm a very, very clean person, very orderly person, and pretty much I have a way of karma. Like I like things like feng shui. I like things in order. I like things in place. Everything has its place. So if there's an empty spot, I like to put something on top of that to fill the empty spot. I always like to fill spaces. So it's kind of like feng shui. That's how I am. People call it ADD and OCD in the Black community because they like things the way they are. They like to live in that poor ghetto mindset. They like to put things away and don't put them out unless it's on special occasions, or don't put it out until we need them. But in reality to the royal family, in reality to queens and kings, especially Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth I, she had a notion, she had a good saying about her where you should actually, if you're going to use something, use it all the time. Don't just put it away, but use it all the time. Use it figuratively. Don't just put things to the side, but use it figuratively. So that's pretty much how I am. I like to use things, and I like everything to have its function. So if I'm going to have something, I'm going to have something special, I like to have it every single day. Like this lucky charm, this lucky bracelet right here. You see right here? It's one of my very special bracelets. Fuji Couture. I love this. It's one of my very special bracelets, and also my gold 24-karat gold rosary. So I should be wearing this every day, but I don't. And just something about me, you know. If I'm gonna have something special, I'm gonna wear it every day so people know it's special, and that's how things are valued as well. So I'm gonna bring in Mr. Bones to my little assignment as well. And guys, I also will be posting this on my YouTube channel as well. And right now it is 6:40 here on Wednesday night in Honolulu Public Library. So it is winter time. We got Mr. Bones here. Hey Lucy, hey Laura, hey Lab. So I am in the medical field. I am a certified medical assistant. I am a certified medical assistant phlebotomist. I have 3 degrees, 1 degree in medical assisting from Houston. I have a 2nd degree in liberal arts and humanities and Spanish and in Chicago, and I have a 3rd degree in humanities and Spanish from Indiana at Purdue University. So I love the medical field. I love working with kids, working with older people. I've pretty much work with geriatrics, older people all my life. That's kind of like my special place to work with the older population, as well as with children, being in nursery care. Everybody knows me at Calvary Fort Worth, where I was used to work in the children's nursery. So now here at Onondaga Community College, I actually was able to register for classes today, and was able to register for some alcohol and addiction, alcohol abuse and addiction counseling classes, as well as to register for childhood, get my certificate in childhood management. Okay, so I brought Mr. Bones out here. My little baby fat. So I brought Mr. Bones out here. Pretty much we're just going to talk about some things about the anatomy real quick, especially dealing with the winter weather, as well as for your homeostasis in your body, and then also dealing with a lot of issues as well as with the royal family, as well as with spirituality, religion, and some things like that. So here's Mr. Bones. He says hi. Okay, all right. So it is 13 minutes. I'm doing good. All right. So when you're relating to a lot of issues with politics, with people, with things on the street, with dealing with addiction, with dealing with depression, dealing with mental illness, dealing with going through financial choices, financial decisions, you really have to think about your body. And lately, every single day, I've been pretty much dealing with I think my hair has been cut. I've pretty much been dealing with make sure my homeostasis, make sure my whole total body wellness is taken care of. My blood pressure, my heart, make sure my heart is taken care of. My lungs, I was taking care of that. Should stop smoking less, as well as making sure that my body is protected, as well as from the winter elements. And then making sure my mind is taken care of. I've been taking vitamin D, so that's also been stabilizing my mood, as well as making sure my teeth and my gums are protected as well. So you can see Mr. Bones. And then so pretty much dealing with this winter weather in January and spring, Groundhog Day, and spring is coming early. Dealing with politics is mainly about people. And so when you're dealing with politics, a lot of these people, these famous presidents and governors and any kind of politician, your neighborhood politician, council or whatever, they have different personalities. And so that's how they work. They work with their different personalities. That's how they handle business. They work with this person. They have this persona. They work with this person. They have this persona. They do this thing. They have this persona. That's pretty much how it is. It's a different persona, but it's all the same person because you got to get things done. It's called business. It's called politics. This is business, and it's all about people. People are politics. But person. So when you're dealing with politics, especially with the elections, with Trump, with getting out of office, with a new presidential election, with dealing with famous people, rich people, mayors, people you don't know in the street, you really have to think about your whole body wellness as well, your whole body wellness. And so I'm moving to a new state. This is my first year in New York. I'm getting another degree. I'm going back to school. I'm homeless. I don't have a job. I'm homeless. I don't have a job. I don't have any family in the city. I don't know anybody. I'm not in a relationship. I'm poor. I'm destitute. And I'm struggling. But at the same time, I'm struggling. I have to think about my body, my health as well. And it's my physical health, and it's also my mental health. And then at the same time, it's also my internal health, my spiritual well-being, etc. And so there's very good books out there. There's Elijah Muhammad's books on food and well-being. Elijah Muhammad is a great author. So Elijah Muhammad has a really good book about spirituality and the food that you eat, how it nourishes your body, as well as many authors out there. The Mayo Clinic book also has great books on your health. The Mayo Clinic, every single year it comes up with a book. The Harvard Medical School also comes up with a medical directory book about your health and well-being every single year. So the Harvard Medical School comes up with the health directory, the Mayo Clinic comes up with the health directory, and there's so many health directories out there. They're always constantly updating you, always constantly updating with you about your general health and well-being, how to take care of yourself, especially when you're up and then also when you're down. So I have to think about my physical health, what I'm struggling with, making sure that I'm okay, my blood pressure is okay, my mental stability, my mental health is okay, as well as my spiritual health is okay, that I'm nourishing my spirit man, as well as my physical man. So even though I'm homeless, even though I'm broke, even though I'm poor, even though I don't have a job, even though I'm struggling right now, I still have this physical man with me right now. I still have this spiritual man with me right now, this spirit man. And people are constantly telling me, work, do this with this man. And my pay is less and less. Thank you, love. I'm getting less. My physical, my worth is less and less. Why is my worth only $20? Why am I only worth $20? Why am I only worth $10? I should be worth more than that. I'm more of a woman. Just because I'm Black means I'm less more. Just because I'm homeless means I'm less more. It doesn't. It doesn't mean that I'm less more. I'm still a person inside and out. I'm still a person. And so my physical health and my health and well-being matters more. In me, it matters more. And even though welfare is only giving me a $20 check every month, I'm living only on $20 a month in Syracuse, New York. How do you live anywhere in the world on $20 a month in the United States of America? How do you live on $20 a month anywhere in the United States of America? How do you live? Oh my God. How do you live on $20 a month? That is really, really hard. Thank you, Shara. That is really, really hard to live on $20 a month in upstate New York. But that's what they give welfare benefits. I'm sure other people are getting way more than me, but I must be somebody really special to get $20 a month. I must be real special. But I have to think about this physical person as well. And right here in the Bible, especially in the Bible or in the Quran or in the Torah or whatever spiritual book you read, the Quran, the Torah, as well as the Bible, the King William James Bible, it says, "For I know the thoughts that I have for you." In the Bible, in the King William James Bible, it says, "For I know the thoughts that I have for you." And then it continues to say, "For I know the thoughts that I have for you, that I speak peace, that I speak wellness, and it speaks clarity of mind. And God says here in the Bible, I don't know the particular verse, but it says, he says, I speak good things for you. I already know the thoughts that I have for you. I know what I have for you. I already know it. You don't need to know it, but I know it. I know it. I know it. I already know you. I already know what I have for you. I already know the thoughts. I already know the thoughts for you. I already know what I have for you. I already know the thoughts. Not you. I made you. I created you. I made you. I created you. But I already know the thoughts. Just the thoughts that I have for you. I created you. But I already thinking I already created to be and what I already have for you in your life and your family and your destiny. And it says here, I already know the thoughts that I have for you. And if God already knows it, he already knows your beginning to your end. If he already knows it, then that's where your destiny's going to be at. Whether you're a prince, whether you're president, whether you're a mayor, whether you're a pastor, or whether you're first lady, wherever you are in the world, God speaks good things for you. Wherever you are in the world, and whoever is your God, whether it's Lord, whether it's Jehovah, whether it's Shalom, whether it's Allah, whether it's whoever is your God, there is a creator out there for you, whatever you want to call the name of God, whatever you want to call the name of your creator. This creator, my creator, his name is the Lord, God, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Shalom. He says, for I know the thoughts that I have for you. And God already knows what he has for me, that I have more right here in store. Even though I'm struggling a little bit right now and my value is being less and less and less, God knows that he has so much more in store for me. He has so much more in store for me this year in 2020. God has so much more he has promised for me. And people try to break my spirit, and then they try to take away my safety net. They try to break my spirit every single day. They constantly breaking, speaking bad things about me, talking about how they breaking my spirit. But God says right here, he says, for I know the thoughts that I have for you. And if God has good thoughts for me, he has good thoughts over my physical health, my body, and my well-being. And then he has good thoughts over me, over my spirit man, inside over the spirit man. Then God already has my future in store, whether I'm a prince, whether I'm a king, whether I'm the next president, whether I'm a mayor, whether I'm a first lady of a church, whether I'm a teacher, whether I'm a doctor, whether I'm a mother, our sister, our daughter, our father, our councilman, or a friend. God already knows the thoughts that I have for me. And whatever situation I'm going through, he already knows he already has an end in store for me. He already knows he has an end in store for me. Because God has good things for me. He has good things in store. And he has good things in store over my physical health, my physical well-being in my body, as well over my spirit man. And even though my spirit man is weak right now, even though my spirit man is empty, it's empty. There's nothing, even though my spirit man is empty, God can come in and he can fill it up. And he can bring more in store for me. He can bring more and more and more. He's in store for me for that I won't have room enough to receive it. He'll bring so much more into your barrel that you won't have room enough to receive it. And even though people talk about me, even though people have stolen my identity, or even though people know my thoughts, or already have their predestined schedule, or predestined, or already organized everything they have for me already in store, or already know what she's going to do, before she does it. God, right here, it says God already knows what he has for me. God knows. Not they know, God knows. Whatever your God is, and my God says he knows what he has for me. He has this for me. This is not caring, this is spiritual. God, this is spiritual for me. He has so much more in store for me, I can't even contain it. I can't even hold it. And even though I'm poor, even though I'm struggling right now, God has this so much more in store for me. I can't even contain it. I can't even do anything with it. It's like, it's uncontainable. It's this uncontainable joy. It's not a delirious hallucination or whatever. It's not delirium. It's so much more for me. I can't even contain it. I can't even contain it. And so that's what my spirit man is. I've been dealing with here in Syracuse and dealing with, a lot of racism and prejudice and expectations. And I apologize if I insulted anybody in the royal family about saying Princess Diana died because she had too much expectations about her family life. I really apologize. But that's how it is when you're in the public spotlight. You're in the public spotlight. Your people are constantly taking pictures of you every single day. and you have to meet these deadlines. You have to meet these promotions and all this stuff. You have to do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. You have to set this, and you have to be this person all the single time. And you just want to be by yourself. You want to have your own peace of mind, your own, your own peace of mind, your own identity. And it's so much to have that public identity. I'm this public person, but I'm also this private person at the same time. And so it's hard to struggle between that public person and that private person. And sometimes you have to just let your family go and move on with your life. And sometimes letting your family go, you lose everything. You lose money, you lose finances, you lose resources. But just because you lose your resources, you lose your money, you lose your name, it doesn't mean you lost your birthright. Just because you lose your name, just because you lose your identity, just because you use your resources, it does not mean that you lose your birthright. You still have your birthright. You are entitled to your birthright. You are entitled to that birthright. No matter what goes on in the world, that is still your birthright. And that is the story of David. That's the story of David, a young shepherd's boy. It's all throughout the Bible. People, they lose their birthright. Their family steals it from them. People steal it from them. They lose their birthright. It's taken from them, it's stolen from them, or they sell it because they're in this situation or that situation or whatever. But at the end, they still reclaim it. They still reclaim their birthright. They still reclaim their identity. And at the end, they become who they are, and so much more and stronger than before. So you may lose your money, you may lose your finances, you may lose your resources, but you will never lose your birthright. And that's with you from the time you were born until you pass. That's your identity. And you'll say, oh, I have your birthright, I have your blood, I have your heart, I have your energy, I have your spirit, I have your mind. But I have my birthright. What do you want with my birthright? I still have my birthright. I'm still entitled to my identity. And when you're in that lineage of a royal family, the royal family is not just in London. The royal family is not just in Europe. The royal family has connections all around the world. So you're not limited to just Ireland or England or Scotland. You're all around the world. You're in different continents. You're in Asia. You're in Japan. You're in South America. You're in Australia. You're all around the world. So you can move from place to place and still have the same title. So you don't have to have the same title and live in Wales. You don't have the same title and live in England. You can have the same title and move somewhere else around the world. And don't have to deal with that public expectations of you. But people, they don't think about it like that. They don't think about it like, oh, I have to do this because this is the way it's done. But you have your birthright, and that's your birthright. You can do whatever you want with your birthright. You're entitled to your own identity. You can do with it whatever you want and still have your name. But people don't think about it like that. They think, oh, I'm in the royal family. Oh, I'm rich. Oh, I'm successful. Oh, I'm in the media. Oh, I'm hot. I'm cute. Oh, I'm so rich and famous. No, 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 no. Just because you're famous doesn't mean you're rich. Just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you're rich. There are plenty of celebrities that are broke, like myself. There are plenty of people out there that are in the public view. They're talked about all over the media. They're broke, like myself. But just because you lose your name, you lose your title, you lose your identity, it does not mean that you have lost your birthright. Good. All right, so you're done with me. All right, 28 minutes. So what I'm talking about is about birthright. I'm going to go ahead and write it down in here and going on into 2020. Okay, thank you, Facebook friends. I love you guys. So shout out to my friends and family in South Dallas. And also to my grandma, trying to get a little bit sad. So, hey, how you doing? Hey, grandma. Get my attitude. So pretty much, it's called your birthright. You're entitled to your birthright. And so when I think about birthright, when I think about identities, when I think about kingdoms and princesses and princes and queens and kings and presidents and mayors and people from the past and people to the future, when I think about, especially when you think about the royal family, people don't really think about it, but you also think about streets, street names. You think about buildings, you think about banks. And the royal family is just worth more than $60 million. Oh my God, Prince Harry is not worth $60 million. There is no way. He is worth $60 million. Okay, that's just 20%. Okay, so when you think about the royal family, when you think about people that are, it's not just about money, it's not just about physical money, but um, it's not just about physical monetary, it's not about monetary value. It's about more than that. It's about buildings, it's about leadership, it's about change, it's about cities, it's about landscapes, it's about seas, it's about ships, it's about trees, it's about waters, it's about rivers, it's about changing the world and putting your name, your identity on the map. And so when people think about England, about the royal family, they just think, oh, it's the family, oh, they're rich and famous, blah, blah, blah. They have lots of money, they have lots of jewelry, and they're rich and famous. Blah, blah, blah. It's more than that. It's more than that. So when you're part of the royal family, you can actually see your name, your last name, your name on streets, on the streets, on the city streets. You can actually, this Mr. Ben over here. You can actually see your name on street names. You can see your identity. Oh, my last name is Salina. Oh, my grandfather, he was a congressman, Congressman Salina from the 1800s. There's Congressman named Salina, Congressman Salina from the 1800s. There's a Salina Street here in Syracuse, and there's a Salina Street in Chicago. There's a Salina Street in DC. There's a Salina Street in Texas. There's a Salina Street all around the world just because of one man named Salina. Just because of one man named Salina, his name is now known all around the world, and they cannot change that just because of one man. And here's a Clinton. It's probably a Clinton general. It's not President Clinton. It might be President, really, it's President Clinton, but there's a Clinton Street in Syracuse. And it's probably an old Civil War or old American Revolutionary man, a general named Clinton. And just because of one person named Clinton, now people know this name, not just a street name, but they know this name, Clinton, around the world. Especially here in Syracuse and Buffalo, upstate New York, Clinton Street is really good, really popular. So just because of one man, his name is now known all around the world. And then we have Warren Street. And just because of one general, man or woman, just because of that one person, Warren, they lived their life, they named the street after them, their name is now known all around the world. And so these people are here, General Clinton, General Salina, and General Warren, just because they live, their leadership positions, their authority, their power, just because they lived, their legacy left behind. They left a legacy behind. And that legacy, it continues to move forward. That legacy, it moves forward, and it moves forward, and it moves forward. All around the world, and it won't change. This name won't change unless they change the city mapscape, but this street name won't change. That street name will still be there from the 1900s into the 2000s, and now in 2020, this street name Clinton is still there. And you go to General Salina from the 1800s American Revolutionary War. Just because he lived, General Salina, from the 1800s to the 1900s, General Salina, and then up into the new millennial. Now we know the name of General Salina, and now his name is known all around the world just because he lived. Just because General Salinas lived. And now we're going into General Warren. I think I know General Warren from the Civil War. You guys, you following me here? You following me here? You following me here? You following me here? Are you guys following me here? Are you guys following me? Are you following me? Are you following me? Just because one person lived, now that legacy continues to go up, and that legacy continues to go up and up and up, and it won't stop. That legacy will not stop. It won't stop. And even to the next street name, even to the next street, even into the next street, that legacy will not stop. That legacy will not stop. It will not stop. Are you following me here? This is a street map in Syracuse, New York. This is downtown Syracuse, New York. This legacy, just because of one person lived, just because one person lived, this legacy will not stop. It will not be, no, just because people may not like it, oh, I don't like it. I don't like this general. I don't like this person. It doesn't stop them. It doesn't stop who they are. It doesn't stop their legacy. Their legacy still lives. General Clinton and General Salina and General Warren. Now we have these old Civil War generals, old American Revolutionary War generals, and now we're going into the millennial with the presidential races from 2000, 2004, and 2008 with Hillary Clinton. You following me? And this is 1800s. This is all from the 1800s. This is street names. I'm just trying to get you guys going. If you can just try to make some connection with me here. Just because this person lived in the 1800s, and now you're going into the 1800s, and now you're going into the 1800s. Here we go. And now you're going into the 1800s. And now you're going into the new millennial. Can't think about it. The new millennial. Okay. General Clinton lived during the American Revolutionary War during the 1800s. And now Hillary Clinton ran for president, the first female. She wasn't, Hillary Clinton was not the first female to run for president. No, she was not. There's Shirley Chisholm, there's Barbara Jordan, there's plenty of other Black women, Hispanic women, Latino women, Asian women that have run for president of the United States. But she was one of the most notable women that have run because her husband was also U.S. president. But, but Hillary Clinton was very notable for her race against Barack Obama and then against President Trump. Hillary Rodham Clinton. Thank you for running. Thank you for your legacy. And you may think, oh, she doesn't think, oh, she doesn't matter. Oh, people won't even remember me. Oh, people won't remember me. I know you, Ms. Clinton. I know you. And I believe that you existed. And I see your name every single day when I walk down the street in downtown Syracuse. I see your name and I see your identity every single day you walk down the street in downtown Syracuse. I see Clinton. And that reminds me that women can have power and that women can have identity. Every single day that women exist for a reason. Even though I keep missing the Women's March, I know that women right here, this name Clinton, just your name, just your name. Just your name. Just your name. Just your name is your birthright. Just your name is your birthright. Just your name. Just your name. Just your name is your birthright. And every single day that I walk down the street, down Onondaga Boulevard to the bus station, I see Clinton, and that reminds me that during the 1800s there was a Clinton and he existed, and now in the new millennial we'll have a Clinton, and she existed, and she has a birthright. She knows her birthright, and she existed for me. And if she existed, then I know I can exist in my troubles and times. And it continues to go on, and it goes on, General Salina, and then it goes right here to General Warren during the, I think it was during the Civil War or the American Revolutionary War. He was General Warren. I don't know if it's Douglas Warren or something like that. He existed in the 1800s. And then now Elizabeth Warren is running for president in 2020. Elizabeth Warren. So in the 1800s, there was a general that existed, and now in the millennial, we have a woman running for president of the United States, Elizabeth Warren. And General Warren existed, and his name is placed upon the streets' names because that is his birthright. That's his birthright. That's his birthright. He existed because that's his birthright. That's your name is your birthright. Your name is your birthright. And if my last name is Battle, then that means that I exist. And there's a street with my name on it. And that because that is my birthright. That is my birthright. That is who I am. That's my birthright. I'm poor. I'm struggling. I only have $12 in my bank account. $12 in my bank account. I'm struggling. I'm homeless. I'm struggling with children, dealing with women, different opinions harassing me every single day. I can't deal with it. Breaking my spirit every single day. But I'm still here. I'm still going through the motions. But I still have to figure out where my safety net is because my name and my name is my birthright. That's my birthright. That's who I am. That is my identity. My identity. And my birthright, my blood and my bones, my blood and my body. This is also my birthright. My blood is my birthright to the kingdom. My blood is my birthright to the kingdom. And also my name. Is my birthright. My name is my birthright. So whether I'm gay, whether I'm straight, whether I'm queer, whether I'm bi, whether I'm transgendered, whether I'm homeless, whether I'm poor, whether I'm rich, whether I have 1 kid or 10 kids, or I'm pro-life or I'm pro-choice, or I don't know who I am, or I don't know what I am, or I'm struggling to find my identity in the world or whatever. My name, though, my identity is still my birthright. That is still who I am, and that is still my identity. You can take away all my titles, you can take away my education, you can take away my children, you can take away everything from me, but I still have my name. And my name is still my birthright. That's what I write. Birthright. That's still my birthright. And it's still my birthright. And as we go here in Onondaga County, all throughout Onondaga, in Syracuse, Onondaga County, especially dealing with Native Americans, they struggle for their identity. They struggle to find out who they are, their ancestors. And I've lost my ancestor, and people are constantly dying on me and dealing with drugs and alcohol addiction. And I'm trying to figure out who I am and what is my identity. My real identity is my name, my mother, my father, my blood, my Indian blood, my native blood. Because my blood, my identity, my blood in me, and my name is also my birthright, especially dealing with the Native American people, the Native people. Their name, their tribe name, their natives' tribe name is also their birthright. So I have my birth name, I have my given name, and then I also have my tribe name. I have my given name and I also have my tribe name, and together both of these make my birthright. And when I find where my tribe is, my identity, and then also where I find my given name, then that becomes my birthright. And then at the same time, I can claim my identity. I can claim my dedication. I can claim my authority. I can claim my leadership. I can claim my power because of my birthright. This is my birthright. This is who I am. This is my identity. This is who I am. This is my identity. I have to claim this for myself. This is myself. This is my identity. It is my birthright. And nobody can take away from me. You can't take away my blood. You can draw it out. You can't take away my skin. You can cut it out. My name is who I am. And if I change my name and people call me from a different name, my given name is still my birthright. It's still my birthright. And my spouse might die, my husband might die, my friend might die, my father, my mother might die. These people may die, but they are still my birthright. That is still my birthright. That is still my identity. That is still who I am, and that is still what I'm going to be. That is still my birthright. And hi, one person, how you doing? And nobody can take away my name, my birthright, and also my legacy that I have left behind. Nobody can take away my legacy. And it keeps going, it keeps going. It starts with, and also right here with Slocum, with Mrs. Obama. She grew up on Slocum Avenue. Michelle Obama, she grew up on Slocum Avenue, which is also Slocum Avenue in South Dallas. She grew up in Slocum Avenue in South Side of Chicago. And that she, every single day I cross Slocum Avenue, it reminds me, going down on Boulevard, it reminds me that Miss Obama went through the same thing on the South Side of Chicago. She grew up through poverty, she grew up through despair, but she grew up every single day. She crossed the street and she knew, I'm going to be somebody, I'm going to go somewhere. I'm going to go through this struggle, I'm going to go through this destination, I'm going to go through this, I'm going to struggle to this. And so when Miss Obama crossed through Slocum Avenue every single day, going through her identity and her struggles, being a Black girl in a racist, in a 60s, 70s, 80s society, every single day that she crossed the street on Slocum Avenue in Southside Chicago, she knew that she was going to be somebody. And I'm sure her mother and her father raised her greatly well to know that do not let your past determine your future. And so every single day when I look at Miss Obama, I see Slocum Avenue. And every single day when I pass Clinton Street, I see Hillary Rodham Clinton. And it goes up to Salina. And then I think of John Adams, the president. And then it also goes up to Elizabeth Warren, which soon could be the first female president of the United States. So every single day I cross these streets in Syracuse, even right here, little Slocum Avenue, I think about all these connections, all these links. One link right here. I got one link right there. I got another link right here. And then I got another link right here. And it goes one link, one woman, to one woman, and to another woman, which these eventually will connect together. Do you want me to drive for you? Do you want me to drive for you to be a little more detailed? I don't think so. So from Slocum Avenue in Southside Chicago to Hillary Clinton in Arkansas to DC, and then from Hillary Clinton to Elizabeth Warren. So we have Mrs. Obama. We have Hillary Clinton, Attorney General, First Lady Hillary Clinton, First Lady Michelle Obama, First Lady Hillary Clinton, and soon to be Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren. And so you have to think about a lot of decisions like that. Where am I going and who I'm going to be every single day? My past don't determine my history. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your last name could be on the street, your name could be on the street. It could just be you will never forget the street that you grew up on in your whole hometown. Shout out to Nas, shout out to these celebrities like he's seen. So right here, Slocum Avenue with Miss Obama. And right here at Clinton Street with First Lady Mrs. Clinton. And then right here to eventually the first woman president of the United States, Elizabeth Warren. And so people constantly going through this journey of finding out who I am and what my identity is. I'm still trying to find out for myself, like, if these women could survive, if Mrs. Obama could survive right here, Mrs. Obama, Michelle Obama. If Mrs. Obama could survive on the south of Chicago going up on Slocum Avenue, and if Mrs. Clinton could survive going through in Arkansas, raising her family with her husband, running for governor of Arkansas, and then becoming president of the United States. And then if Elizabeth Warren could survive going through Congress and politics and all that, then I'm sure if these women can get through it, then I know I can too. And let's go back to the Bible verse again. It says right here, for I know the thoughts that I have for you. And if God knows the thoughts that he has for me, thoughts of peace and of protection, of security, then I know God has good things, God has a good end for me. And it doesn't necessarily have to be the name of Jesus, which the name of Jesus is above all names. Yes, he is. But whatever your God is for you in your life, you make your God, you make God over whatever you want it to be in your life. But make sure that God has a name and has a face. Because at the end of the day, at the end of your life, you're going to have to answer to somebody. You're going to have to answer to an authority and a higher power more than yourself. And if God says, for I know the thoughts that I have for you, in the King William James Bible, then I'm sure at the end of my life, at the end of creation, at the end of time, then I know that he has good things for me. If he knew this from the beginning, for I know the thoughts that I have for you from the beginning, then I know he has better things for me at the end, right here. For I know the thoughts that I have for you. And if God knew this from the beginning of time, AD, then I know that he has more in time now. This is BC 90. Sorry, it's BC 80. So if I know God has good things for me at the beginning of time before Christ, then I know he has more things now for me, AD, post AD, which is now, in the millennium. Now, in 2020. And it says right here, it says, for I know the thoughts that I have for you. Right here, from the beginning of time, and now until the end of time. It's right here in the King William James Bible. And yes, there might be a new revolution change to the Bible. Because if you go back to the end of times, the beginning of the English history, there's a town in Sussex called Battle in 1020 AD. 1020 AD in the UK. And I'm sure there are plenty of battles all around the world who are actually figuring this out right now. Oh, we was back. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Prince Larry is no longer in throne. Oh, it's weird. Oh, God. So, there's a town in Texas called Battle in the UK. This is Battle, BC. Well, it actually is 80, but it's 1020 AD. So if there's a town in Battle, from 1020 AD, and my last name is LaQueen Arlene Battle, just my name is my birthright. I may be way, way long. I mean, like, way, way. I mean, like, in line, in line to the throne of England. But my name, my identity is still my birthright. And Prince Harry, even though Prince Harry is in another country and living a different life, he still has the authority because he is still a prince of England. He is still a future king of England. He is still a future king of England, even though Her Majesty took away his titles. He is still a future king of England. And he is still entitled to his birthright. She may take away his titles and all of that. He may not want his tax money anymore or whatever. And being a king, you can't just be king in one country. You just can't be king over one street. You can't just be king over one city. You're not king over one street. You're not king over one city. You're king over all. And people don't think like that. They think, oh, I'm a royal. Oh, I have this one. I'm rich and I'm famous. No, you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility, and your birthright is your responsibility. And your birthright is also your legacy. And it's not about money. It's not about physical money. It's about responsibility. It's about leadership. It's about carrying on your family name. And Chelsea Clinton and Elizabeth Warren and her family and the Obamas and their family. It's about carrying on that legacy. And you can't be just limited to one city, one country, one region, one province. You have to think about the whole world is in your hands. And people don't think about it. They think, oh, I'm royal, oh, I'm rich and famous, oh, I'm entitled to money, I have jewelry, I have clothes, I have fashion, oh, I'm skinny, oh, I'm cute. No. Royal is your responsibility, your leadership. Hey, how you doing? You're royal, you have leadership, you have authority, you have power. And at the same time, you also have a responsibility. Not just over yourself, not just over your people, you have a responsibility over all. And you're not just a royal in your country, you're a royal all around the world. And somebody may take, hi, how you doing? How you doing, Hadar? Some people may take away your titles, but you are still a royal. You are still entitled to, you have your birthright. And your birthright will live with you for the rest of time. And they don't think like that. They don't think like, oh, I'm rich, oh, I'm famous. Oh, I have money, oh, I have cars, oh, I can go to bars, or I can party every single night, oh, I can do this, oh, I can do that. No, honey, you can't. I can't. I get trouble. I get trouble. You can't think like that. Even the African queens and kings, they just want kings and queens over the country. People didn't know Cleopatra just in Egypt. People know Cleopatra even now. People know Cleopatra was queen over all. She ruled over all. People carried her leadership over all. People knew the name of Cleopatra. She knew it for beauty. She knew it for leadership. She knew it for power. She knew it for control. Cleopatra was a woman of power. She was a woman of strength, a woman of honor, and a woman of respect. And she wasn't just limited to her own little city, her own little country in Egypt. She was known all around the world. all around the world. People know the name of Cleopatra, and you rarely, even rarely now see somebody named Cleopatra. You rarely, I really have not met a Cleopatra in my lifetime. I have not met a Cleopatra in my lifetime. I have not met a Cleopatra. That name is rarely used, and when it's used, people know I am somebody. I have significance. I have a blessing upon my life, just because of one woman, Cleopatra. I'm a woman. I'm a woman. I'm a woman of respect. I'm a woman of power. I'm a woman of dignity, and I still have a birthright. And it's also that birthright by blood, and it's also that birthright by marriage. I'm married to this man, and I carry on his child, and so I carry on his child, and I'm entitled to that birthright. And people, they don't understand that. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. They think, oh, I'm rich, I'm famous. I have Beamers and Mercedes and Lexuses and Rolls Royces and all these. Oh, I have money, I'm rich and I'm famous. No, honey, with that money comes responsibility. And you're not just responsible for money, honey, you're responsible over somebody's life. Not just one person's life, but you're responsible over a whole nation. Over a whole nation. Over streets, over businesses, over buildings, over banks. People think, oh, money is a bank. Being royal, you're not just royal over a country, you're royal over a bank. It's the Bank of England for a reason. Queen Elizabeth controls the Bank of England. It's her bank. And the Bank of England is not worth $1 trillion. It's way much more than that. People respect it because of its name and respect it because of its leadership and authority. And so when somebody like Harry or somebody like his great uncle, King, his past uncle that married Wallis Simpson, when she stepped down, he didn't just leave his leadership. He left responsibility to somebody. He left all his country, all of this responsible to somebody else. Who's going to take care of us, King? Who's going to take care of us? Who's going to fight for us? Who's going to protect us? Who's going to protect our streets? Who's going to protect our children? Who's going to protect our people? We need you, King. We need you. He just left and married an American divorcee, Wallis Simpson. Just up and did it because he wanted to know, no, you have to be responsible. You are responsible for us. You are responsible for us, for our streets, for our businesses, for our properties. And also the city is taxed, pays taxes to the king. And then the king has to take those taxes and give it back to the people. And if the king doesn't give the taxes back to the people, then the people have a right to choose another king. And it has been done before in Christ's times, and it's still going on now. And even though the royal family is turned over by birthright, by blood, through the presidential election, through Mrs. Obama growing up with something I do, through Hillary Clinton fighting for president, and even on to Elizabeth Warren fighting, because they are running, and because of their leadership, they have the authority to claim that birthright under the leadership of the United States of America. Because her husband, Hillary Clinton, became president, she's entitled to the birthright by marriage. Because Ms. Obama's husband became president, she's entitled to the presidency of the United States because of that birthright, because of its marriage. Because of marriage. So your birthright is by blood, and it's also by marriage. So when you have grown up, there's a little girl on Southern Avenue in Southside Chicago, and in Arkansas, and now Elizabeth Warren in DC, they're still entitled to their birthright because of marriage. But Prince Harry, his Royal Highness, I still call him the Royal Highness, Queen Elizabeth called him the Royal Highness anymore. Even though he still had stepped down and lost his leadership and his titles, he still is entitled to his birthright because of the blood. And like I say on my YouTube channel, When order becomes law, the blood must cover it. And what is order? Right here. This is order. This is thoughts. Order is the word of God. It says, for I know the thoughts that I have for you. That is order. This is the order right here. It says, for I know the thoughts that I have for you. This is the order. And then when it's talking about the order, then it's talking about the blood right here that people have fought for, the birthright. They have fought for this birthright. It's not just the blood of Christ, it's actually the physical blood that people have fought for from centuries, from BC up until now in the millennial. People actually have given their lives, given their blood to claim this birthright. People have actually given their physical, this right here, their physical veins, right here. Right here. People have actually given their physical energy, their physical blood just to claim a birthright, just to have that name. I give my blood just because of your name. I sacrifice my life just because of your name. And it's more than just because of the name of Jesus. It's the name of a king, a real king, a real queen. And people have sacrificed their lives for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth. And people, they think, oh, I'm royal, oh, I can do whatever I want to do. No, honey, you can't. Because people give their lives for you. Just for your name. Just your name, people will give their lives for you. They will kill themselves. They will commit suicide. They will sacrifice their lives for you just because of your name. Just your name, people will kill themselves for. Just your name. Not your money, not your looks, not your charm, not your family, just because of your name. People will actually kill themselves just for your name. Today, being a royal, people will say, oh, I love Prince William, Prince Harry, oh, the Queen of Japan, oh, Kosovo, oh, the Emperor of Kosovo in North Korea. How do you say his name? Kosovo, and North Korea. People actually commit suicide for the dictator of North Korea. They will actually kill themselves for the dictator of North Korea just because of his name. Just because of his name. And your name is your birthright. And when order becomes the law, then that blood that has been sacrificed, that sacrificial blood from wars, from centuries old, from times, from one leadership, from one king, from one queen to another king, that blood that's been sacrificed by the marriage, not just by marriage, but that blood of a people, of a country, of a nation, of a region, of a world, must cover this order, must make this law. And so you need a blood to confirm a birthright and a nation and a leadership and a world, a people, a world. People think of, oh, I'm royal, oh, I'm gonna marry this rich prince, I'm gonna be famous, I have people, oh, paparazzi. No, honey, no, honey. Honey, no. You have control over that. Yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do. You do have control. Oh, yes, you do. You have control. Yes, you do. I talked about that in the last YouTube video. I talked about control. You do have control. You can stay in that situation or you can leave that situation and still claim your birthright. And still have your title and still have your dignity. And you do not have to step down at all from your position, from your leadership, from being a mother, from being a pastor, from being a teacher, from being a doctor. You can move to another city, another country, and still become a doctor and still be the same doctor. You can go to China and become a doctor. You can go to China and become a nurse. But you're here in the United States, in Chicago, and Texas, and California, and DC, and New York. You're still the same person. You're still a doctor. I'm still a nurse. I'm still a medical assistant in New York. I was a medical assistant in Chicago. I was a medical assistant in Houston. I'm still the same person. I still have the same title and the same dignity. I'm still working the same job. I'm not getting paid for it. I'm still working the same job. I'm still the same person. Nothing's changed. Just because I moved, just because I have a baby, it doesn't change anything. But I still have my birthright because of my name, my blood, and also through marriage with my mother and father. But what do you want me to do? Give up my name? My last name is still the same. I go by Terry here in Syracuse, but I'm still the same person. LaQueen, get ready to LaQueen. I'm still the same person. But I still am entitled to my throne in England. It's a long it's long. I'm like maybe 1 million person in line. 1 million. 1 million person in line. To England. But I'm still entitled to. Hey Corey, how you doing? I'm still entitled to my, thank you baby, thank you for my hot body, hi doll. I'm still entitled to my birthright. I'm still entitled to my birthright. I'm still the same person here in New York as I was in Texas and Chicago. I'm still the same person. I still have the same titles. I still have the same name. I still have the same family. But nothing has changed. I'm still the same person. But I'm still am entitled to my birthright, my name, my land, my people, I'm still entitled to my birthright. Even though I move and I move and I move, and politics may change, wars may change, Civil War, American Revolutionary War, Vietnam, wars may change, people may change, fashion may change, but I'm still entitled to this right here. I am poor. I'm very poor. But I'm still entitled to my birthright. And that will not change anything. That will not change me or the person who I am inside, whether by blood or marriage. And that blood right here says, it says, just because of the name of your name. It's not necessarily the name of God or name of Allah, the name of Jesus. It's just because of the power behind your family's name. Just because of the name of Trump. And it's not just Trump, it's the Trump-Hines dynasty. And I hate it because people misconfuse it. They think this is a guy, they think that President Trump is a self-made billionaire. He's not. Trump, it has his family line, his family line. It's not the Trump family, it's the Trump. It's not just the Trump dynasty. It's not just the Trump dynasty, it's the Trump. It's the Trump-Hines dynasty. It's not just the Trump dynasty, it's the Trump-Hines dynasty. And if you actually think about the Hines dynasty, they're probably more rich than Trump. When's the last time you heard somebody's last name called Hines? I don't think so. I don't know Hines. Do you know Hines? I don't think they want to be known. But people know a Trump. But I don't think I know a Heinz. And yes, that means ketchup. And people still eat ketchup around the world. So imagine the Heinz name. I think Trump's grandfather was a Heinz. So it's more than just the Trump name, it's the Trump-Hines dynasty. And so when you link these two together, right here, it's not just the Trump birthright, it's the Trump-Hines birthright. It's just because of his name, by his blood, by his family name, and also by marriage. So when Trump was born and his grandfather married his grandmother, just right here by the blood and by the marriage, it becomes his birthright right here. The Trump-Hines dynasty, it becomes his birthright. His birthright. Your birthright. You're still entitled to your birthright. Your birthright. Good and well done, servant. Okay, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. I'm in heaven now. Praise the Lord. Amen. Thank you, Jesus. But I still am entitled to my birthright. I will present myself to the Lord. I will say, Lord, I want to know that I did good for you. Lord, I want to know that I served you. Lord, I want to know that I served your people. Lord, I want to know that I made you glad. I was created for you. I was created for a purpose. I just didn't struggle throughout my life for nothing at all. And my ancestors just didn't struggle for no reason at all. In the before Christ times, my ancestors now, even in the millennials, still didn't struggle. But right here, just the new U.S. president right here, the U.S. president, I'm a vet, so I still have to honor President Trump. Hey, President Trump, it's LaQueen. I believe pretty names. So, okay, so he is still the United States president, but I still have to respect him because of his birthright by blood, his family name, and also his birthright by marriage, the Hines dynasty. So it's not just the Trump name, it's the Trump-Hines dynasty, and he probably doesn't talk about that a lot. President Trump probably doesn't talk about his Hines family a lot. He probably doesn't, but people know who know. And if you see a Hines family, you think, okay, yeah, they're rich. If you see a Hines family member, they're rich. They're well made. Well made. Well tailored. Well dressed. Quite dressed. Yeah. So just because of the name Trump-Hines dynasty, he is known all around the world. Thank you, Hannah. Hey, Corey. Hey, Solomon. How you doing? Hi, good to see you, Solomon. Hey, Mandy. So the Trump-Hines dynasty, and President Trump doesn't talk about this a lot. He doesn't talk about his Hines family a lot because he probably doesn't want to embarrass them. He's probably already embarrassed his father enough. But the Trump-Hines dynasty itself is known all around the world. And people think, oh, make America great again because Trump is a billionaire, he's a man of God. Yay. No, 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 no. He's a man of power and influence because of his name, his family. And if he falls out of line, his family, the Trumps and the Hines, will put him back in order. Thank you. Yes. 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 Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh, wow. So they will put him back in order. The Trump-Hines dynasty. And President Trump is entitled to his birthright by blood and also by marriage. And so one thing about somebody like Prince Harry would give up his title, blah, blah, and his father, his great uncle giving up his title to marry an American divorcee, Wallace Simpson, and just leaving London. Just going, okay, London, bye. Okay, I married Wallace Simpson. Oh, my life is together. Yeah, okay, bye. I'm going to the United States. I'm going to marry an American. I'm going to be famous and rich. I'm going to get away from this world life. See ya. See you, London. No, honey. You can't do that, King. No, King, we need you. What's going on, King? What's going on, King? Our general. We need a general. Where is he? Oh, your brother's going to have to step up? Okay. We're king, where are you going? You're getting married? What does that mean? Oh, you can still get married. We need to talk about her for a little bit. Maybe we call her a whore or something. But we still need you, king. We still need you, king. It's okay to marry American. The verse says it's okay, king, to marry Miss Simpson. We may talk crap about her. We may not like her. But we still need you, king. Come back. Come back. Come back to London. We need you, king. Where's Prince Harry gonna go? Oh, Canada. Yeah, he could probably be king of Canada. Canada's a republic. And it has a prime minister. And Justin Trudeau is Justin Trudeau is So okay, I have Prince Harry in my hands. This enemy of the state. What am I gonna do? God help me. Oh hey, Prince Harry, hey, come to Canada. London's like, what's going on? We need you, Prince Harry. Will's having too many babies. What's going on? But he's still entitled to his birthright. Just because he's Prince of London doesn't mean he gets to stop living in the United Kingdom. He can move to Canada. He can move to Australia. He can move to Africa. He can move to South Africa. He can move to Nigeria. He can move to Kenya. He can move to Chad. He can move to Nigeria. He can move to the Congo. He can move wherever he wants to move. He can move to France, Paris, Russia. He can do whatever he wants to do because he's entitled to his birthright. And he can still be Prince. He can still be a future king of England because that is still his birthright. That is still his birthright. And even though the Queen, Her Majesty, may take away his titles and his dignity, and this has been done time and time and time again, from William Shakespeare to King Arthur to the Stonehenges, this has been done time and time and time and time and time and time again. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. It's not new. It's old. It's real old. Okay. You can't use your Royal Highness anymore. Okay, bye. Do what you want to do. No, honey. That's not how it works. Her Majesty may let him do what he want to do, but the people, we're going to have him to step up. The people, time and time and time again, from the Stonehead ages, from the Stonehead ages, from BC, from King Arthur, from the Knights of Arabia, from Saudi Arabia, all these kings, these Arab kings, these Arab knights, this is Israel, the Middle East conflict. What it was really good fighting was the Arabian Knights, the Moors were fighting for control of the world. And that's probably led to the Moor Revolution, right here, the Battle of Hastings in 1020 AD. Right here. And this has been done time and time again. And Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, may say, okay, you want to sit down and do what you want to do? The people's like, what's going on? What's going on? Where he at? Where he at? What's going on? Oh, okay, he going over there? Oh, he going over here. But he supposed to be over here. Oh, he over here. But he supposed to be right here. Oh, he want to be over here now. But he supposed to be right here. Okay, the people's gonna go, oh, okay, we're moving. Hey, Harry, hey, Megan. Oh, I'm trying to get away. No, that's not how it works. Because where the king goes, the people follow. Where the king goes, the people follow. And it has been done time and time and time again. From before Christ, from King Arthur, from the Arabian Nights, from the Moors, up until now in the new millennium with the presidential races, from Miss Obama to First Lady Clinton, from First Lady Obama to First Lady Clinton, and now Miss Warren, Congresswoman Warren. It has been done time and time and time again. And just because you don't want to do your job, and you from one place to another place, it does not mean that nothing's going to change. I'm still a cop. I'm still serving my duty. I'm still a cop in New York, and I'm a cop here in LA. But it doesn't mean that I lost my job. I lost my titles. I still got to do a job. I still got a job to do, and that's to protect the people. I'm president of the United States in LA, and I'm president of the United States in Florida. I'm president of the United States in DC, and I'm president of the United States in New York. But you know what? That doesn't mean I get a break. No, it means I still got a job to do. I may take a vacation. You know what? No, but I still got a job to do. I'm still president. Even in Florida, and even in DC, and even in New York, I'm still president of the United States. If you forget that, oh, no vacation, oh, I can do whatever I want to do. Oh, I can sleep with whatever I want to do. Forgive me. I can do whatever I do. No, honey, you can't, because you still got a job to do. From now, from the Clintons, from the Obamas, from the Warrens, and now, you think you're going to move to another country and people don't care? Honey, you still got a job to do. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I quit. I stepped off my role of duties. No, honey. You still got a job to do. Oh, I moved. No, honey. The people know. The streets know your name. The streets know your name, and the people know your name. From time and from time again. The streets know your name, and the people know your name. And that's your birthright. And your birthright is your responsibility. And it really has not a damn to do with money, physical money at all. It doesn't have a damn thing to do with money. And people, they don't understand that. They think, oh, I can control people. Oh, I can make them do whatever I want to do. Oh, I have witchcraft. Oh, I have powers. Oh, I can move objects. Oh, I can move people. I can move people. I can make people do whatever I want to with them. Honey, no. Your witchcraft is going to catch up with you real quick. And you're going to be responsible for everything you have done. And that witchcraft will catch up with you, and it will envelop your spirit. And then if you're really involved into witchcraft, it won't just affect you. It will infect your bloodline, from yourself to your children, to another child, from your mother to your father, and will continue passing on to your family line, for the rest of your family's line. It could be a Jakes. It could be a Howard. It could be a Clay. If you're involved in witchcraft, it's enough throughout your whole family line. Your whole family line. It's not just you doing it, you're doing it to your whole family. And you're not just doing it to one person, you're doing it to your whole family. When you're cursing someone, you're cursing yourself at the same time. When you're controlling people, you're controlling your spirit is also controlling you. And eventually that spirit will envelop you, and that spirit will take control of your blood, and will eventually can take control over every single connection you have in your life and your family. And you have to be careful when you mess with witchcraft, with unclean spirits. Even sex, I do apologize, I repent. Even sex, or even any kind of unclean spirit, where you continue to be deeply involved in that, where there's like opposites attract. You're stealing somebody's identity, whether you're from Louisiana, or you think the government's after you, or the government wasn't responsible for Hurricane Katrina, or the government was responsible for 9/11, or 9/11 didn't exist, or Hurricane Katrina didn't exist. Honey, yes, it did. And we have the photos to prove it, but people were there to prove it. And the government didn't have anything to do with it, honey. It was a travesty, but the government did not have anything to do with it. And when you're involved in witchcraft, especially, and you think the government owes you something. No, honey, the government doesn't owe you anything. When you're deeply involved in witchcraft, especially dealing with people from Louisiana, from the French, especially from the French and the Haitian and all these islander people, the Spanish people, and Africans, and even Russian, even French, even English people. English witchcraft has been known throughout old times, from the before Christ. Old witches, not just female witches, male witches as well. Priests, pastors were involved in witchcraft. Popes were involved in witchcraft, and that witchcraft line has carried itself from before Christ all the way into the millennium, just because of one person was involved in witchcraft. And so you think, oh, I have control of these people. No, honey, you don't have the control of the people. That spirit has control over you. And you may think, oh, I can stop this. I can stop doing this, honey. No, you can't stop it. Because when you're involved in that, it becomes an enveloping spirit. And it will constantly feed itself in you. It will continue to feed off of something in you. And it may eventually, if you're really involved into witchcraft, it will kill you. If you're really involved into witchcraft and you think, oh, I can get away with it, oh, I can control people. No, honey, it's going to kill you. Physically, it's going to kill you. It will show up some way or another in your body or in your mind. And whether you're a pastor's daughter or a cousin or a friend, Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Chinese, British, white, Black, Crips, Blood, KKK, Royals, Latin Kings, Vadia, whatever, North Side, South Side, West Side, East Side, wherever you're from, if you involved in witchcraft and you have not stopped, eventually it's going to kill you. And it doesn't have anything with prejudice. It doesn't have anything with racism. If anything in your life you're doing is eventually going to kill you, especially witchcraft. It's going to kill you physically and internally. It will. Because it can't stop. If you won't stop it, it won't stop either. It will not stop. And that's how the devil works. That's how he works. He roams around the earth trying to look for who he can prey upon. All you need is just something to feed it to you. And if you're involved in that, even one little step, even one little thing, it will continually to feed. And you do one thing and you keep drinking it. Oh, I'm going to drink this person's blood. Oh, I'm better. My life is better. Oh, I'm going to drink their urine. Oh, my life is better. Oh, I'm going to eat their hair. Oh, my life is better. Oh, I'm going to eat their panties. Oh, my life is better. Oh, I'm going to drink their saliva. Oh, I'm going to drink their blood. My life is better. That's witchcraft. Oh, I'm going to drink their urine and my life is better. My life is made whole. And it's nothing new. It's old. Thank you. It's old. It's real old. It's not new. It is not new. And if you constantly feed it upon somebody's mind, if it constantly prey upon somebody's mind, somebody's spirit, eventually that's going to come up to you. And you won't just hurt somebody's spirit. You will hurt your own mind and your own spirit. Your own mind and your own spirit. And it's old. It's real old. It's real old. And you will just hurt yourself, that person. You will just hurt that person's by cutting off their hair. You won't just hurt that person. You will hurt yourself. And in one way or another, it will show up in you. And the next day, you're dead. You're dead. And you may not see it coming. Because witchcraft is like invisible. It's invisible. And it's nothing new. It's nothing old. It's so old. It is so old. It is nothing new. Oh, I'm doing this for fun. Oh, hey, let's go do this. Oh, hey, she's ugly. Oh, hey, she's black. Oh, hey, she's single. Oh, hey, she doesn't like black guys. No, no, honey. We're gonna prey upon her. We're gonna hate her. We're gonna judge her. We're gonna misuse her. We're gonna steal from her because she doesn't do what we like. Because she doesn't meet our demands. Because she doesn't meet our demands, and we're gonna prey upon her. When you prey upon her, you also prey upon yourself. When you prey upon somebody else, you also prey upon yourself. And so being a king, you're not just king over yourself, you're king over everybody. You're king over a whole nation. This is a nation. The king is the head. This is the king, the queen. Hey, I'm king. Hey. This is the king. The king is head over the government. He is head over government. And the body is the people. The king, the queen is the head over the government. And the body is the people. And if the head goes, where does the body go? There we go. So even though London is going through Brexit and all that, if the head goes, where does the body go? Where does the body go? The rest of the body must follow, but it won't. That's why it breaks. That's why it's called Brexit. Break is breaking. It must exit is breaking. Because London can't deal with this whole world. They can't deal with the control. It's a new revolution. We're a new economy. No, honey, you have to keep things as they were because people don't understand. They can't comprehend. There has to be leadership and order. There has to be order in the world. There has to be order. There has to be a nation. Because once the United Kingdom makes a change, the whole world will follow. And the United Kingdom has plenty of territories, millions of territories around the world. And Prince Harry doesn't think, he thinks, okay, I'm gonna go to Canada. No, honey. Queen Elizabeth has millions of territories all around the world, and people don't even know. You can go over there and become queen, become king. Okay. People don't even know. Oh, hey, Queen Elizabeth. Oh, okay, hey, Queen. We send you our taxes. Oh, you get taxes from the Queen? Oh, you mean I can go over there and you can become your leader? Yeah, hey man, come over here. Yeah. Hey Harry, come over here. Bring Meg and the baby. Bring Meg and the baby. Hey Harry, come over here. We'll send her your taxes. But he don't think like that. The popular say, oh, I'm gonna have the media and the agglomerates. No, honey, you can't work for the media no more. You have to work for a nation, Miss Megan. You can't be in the media spotlight anymore. You can't do acting no more. You have to work for the people. You have to work for the people. You can't work for your own money. You have to work for the people. And that's what's called a promise. I promise to live my life for my family, for my blood, and for a marriage. I promise to give my marriage to you. And I promise because this promise of marriage is the birthright. And because I promise to marry you, I therefore share in your birthright. Your identity by marriage and your identity becomes by blood becomes my identity at the same time. Your identity is my identity because of the promise that we made together, because of the promise of marriage. I'm not married, but I love the ring. Nice ring. So the promise of marriage becomes your birthright. And people don't understand that. You think, okay, I can make some money. Yeah, money's good. But you have to make connections, and you have to know that there's a people that need you. There's a people that need you. The streets know your name. The buildings know your name. It's even in the Bible from the old days. It's the rocks know your name. The stones know your name. The stones know your name. You want to let the rocks cry out? Are you going to let the rocks cry out for Jesus before you do? Are you going to let the rocks cry out the name of Jesus before you do? No. It's old. If the rocks know your name, if the streets know your name, then you are entitled to that birthright. And I'm sure there is a Clinton Street in the Bahamas. I'm sure there's a Clinton Street. I'm sure there is a Warren Street in Jamaica. And I'm sure there is a Obama Street in Barbados. If the streets know your name, if the rocks know your name, who's going to cry out? Who's going to cry out for you? Who's going to cry out for you? Prince Harry, Kim Jong-il, North Korea leadership. Who's going to be responsible? Oh, you think, oh, okay, I can leave London and I can move over here. Oh, I'm a police officer. I don't want to work no more. Oh, no, but that old felon that you locked up and you got convicted of fraud and murder. Oh, he's going to know you when you move over here. Oh, yes, he would. Him and his family will track you. It happens all the time. Oh, I'm a cop. I got somebody falsely arrested in Los Angeles. Oh, I'm going to move to New York. I'm going to move to Vegas and nobody will figure out. Oh, I'm going to move to Hawaii and nobody will figure out. Oh, I'm going to move to London and Paris. No, nobody will figure out that I did what I did in Los Angeles. Oh, yes, honey, they will know. It happens to cops. It happens to presidents. It happens to mayors. It happens to people. Oh, I got involved with this child in Hawaii, in the islands, and nobody will know. That's like Harvey Weinstein. He had this whole business of sleeping with young girls. And Prince, what is it? Prince Charles's brother, not Albert. Yeah, Prince Albert, not Albert. Prince Charles' brother was also seen in there in the islands with these young girls. And just because I'm Prince here in London and I go to the Bahamas to have some fun with little kids, you don't think the people's gonna know about it? Mm-mm. But he's still entitled to his birthright, but he will lose all his whole identity. He still has his birthright, yes he does. He still has his birthright. By blood. But he doesn't have anything left. There's nothing left. Yes, I have my birthright. Yes, I do have my birthright. But there's nothing left. That's all I have. Hey, mother, I love you. I'm so sorry for what I did. Yeah, you're sorry, but that's all you get. And what happens? That's how you lose your birthright. You either give it up or you lose it. And the Bible talks about that too as well. You want to give it up or do you want to lose it? It's so old. It's before Jesus. It's before Christ. It's so old. It's King Arthur. It's the Arabian Nights. It's before the Middle East conflict. It's either you give up your birthright or you're going to lose it or you're going to have to fight for it. Because somebody wants what you got. And what you have is priceless. It's priceless. And people right now in this new millennial, in 2020, they can't understand what birthright means. They think, oh, social media, oh, clothes, fashion, food, cars, money, expensive gifts, big houses, big cars, oh, I'm famous, I'm a celebrity, oh, I can travel, I can do this, I can do that. No, honey, you are responsible. You have a responsibility. And you have maintenance. You have to keep up. You have to maintain that image. You have to maintain that persona. You have to maintain this person, this personality, this figure, this plastic surgery. You have to maintain that identity. You have to keep it on maintaining it. It is so old. It's been done before times. It's been done today in the millennial. You have to constantly maintain that. And once they see that what you have is priceless, what you have is priceless. Oh, best believe somebody will come for that. They will come for that real quick. So you are either going to give it up, or you're going to have to fight for it, or you're going to lose it. Because your birthright is priceless. You can't take that away. You can't take it away. Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, you still have an identity. You still have a name. No matter who you are, no matter what you are, you still have a name. You still have a dignity. You still have dignity. You still have respect. And even though you may lose it, you can get it back. You can get it back. And it's been done before times. 1020 AD is way old. King Arthur, Arabian Nights, Aladdin, the Moors, and it still be done today. If you lose your birthright, you can still get it. It's still yours. Because of the promise. Because of the promise. Because of the promise. Because of the blood. And because of the marriage. Because of the promise. Because of the blood. And because of the marriage. And that's what makes a birthright. And people, they don't understand this. They don't understand that it has nothing to do with money. It's all about responsibility. All right, it's been an hour and 45 minutes into my sermon for today. So thank you guys for joining with me. I will also be posting this on my YouTube channel as well. I love you guys, my Equality Illinois friends, all my military veterans and family. This is LaQueen Terry Battle. Check me out on SoundCloud. I think I will also try to be getting into I use all my space on SoundCloud, so I have to pay for some more space. But I'm also on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I need to get my Instagram profile back up. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. You can just Google my name, LaQueen Battle, and my YouTube channel will pop up. It's called What's My Name by Terry B. I'm also on SoundCloud, What's My Name by Terry B, Terrie, B, the letter B. And just check me out. Just try to have some fun. Just don't forget your birthright. Wherever you are, your birthright is your identity by blood, by promise, and by marriage. And like I said on my Facebook profile paper, when order becomes the law, the blood must cover it. The blood has to cover the order. It has to cover this to make this birthright a reality. Right here, this birthright. So when order becomes law, when all this order from the past ages into the new ages, when this order, all this old time order, and history always repeats itself. When order becomes the law, the blood must cover it. Thank you guys. Shalom. Salam. Thank you. Shukran. This is LaQueen. LaQueen Terry Battle from Honor Daughter Community College in upstate New York. I love you guys. Thank you for my sermon for today. Again, about birthright and identity. Shout out to my family, and Darlene Mercer in San Antonio, Texas. I love you, and Darlene. That's Sunny and then boo. She's healthy, she's strong. Hey, Sunny. And Patrick Hoon. I love you guys. And to my little brother, Lakeith Jeremiah Harris, currently serving in the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah! And to my my other friend from Fort Texas, Charleston Burke, who also currently serving in the United States Marine Corps. Hoorah! My high school sweetheart, Craig Andy White, and his wife, Quiana White, who has just retired from the United States Air Force. My uncle, Manzi Clay, who has retired from the United States Navy and the United States National Guard, and his sons are currently serving the United States Navy. All my family and friends who are currently serving the United States military forces in the past and currently serving now here in the United States, domestically and abroad. I love you guys. Much peace, love, and protection for you and your families. Also to the police, firemen, EMT guys who are here, Syracuse, watching me go crazy day in, day out, 24/7. All the ambulance and emergency people. What's up? This is LaQueen Terry Battle. I love you guys. Peace, love, mercy, merci beaucoup. Shalom, shukran, shushe. I love you guys. Peace and much love. Aloha. See you later. Bye.